Welcome. Today's stream is brought to you by The Lost Bear out of the Musical Bears catalog. So we will, let's go to The Lost Bear on the wiki. The Lost Bear. Look at the hat too. Ooh, the hat and shirt combo. What? Stop it. The lost bear is so lost, she needs help, it's low cost. Got caught out, she's storm-tossed, just put her on some socks and make her that sauce. The lost bear is so sad, she misses Bear Brad. Let's free enough bears to reunite the lost bear with Bear Brad. The lost bear needs a guide to navigate the rough tide. We'll find her a safe ride and get her to Bear Brad's side. We'll make her a warm coat and some soup, that's no joke. She'll feel better, we hope, she'll be able to cope, and we'll get her back to Brad's boat. Let's search high and low for more bears to join the show. Hey! It's not working. What? Yeah, I guess so. Oh. It's not even the right stream. What? Okay, this says I'm live. Where am I live though? Pop out chat. Okay. I almost ended the stream. I clearly messed this up. Where am I streaming? It's also not what I wanted to stream. Title to be unlisted, like it's all what is going on? Okay. That. We're going to adjust this in real time, everybody. We're fixing it. I don't even know where any of that came from, to be honest with you. Okay. Okay. Bam. I don't know what we're doing there. We're going to go public. Publish that bad boy. Go check it out. Over yonder. Okay, infinite window. Sorry about that. I needed to see. Now we're back in action. The lost bear is so lost, she needs help, it's low cost. got caught out, she storm-tossed. Just put her on some socks and make her that sauce. The lost bear was so sad, she misses Bear Brad. Let's free enough bears. She needs help, it's low cost. Got caught out, she storm-tossed. Just put her on some socks and make her that sauce. The lost bear was so sad, she misses Bear Brad. Let's free enough bears to reunite the lost bear with Bear Brad. The lost bear needs a guide to navigate the rough tide. We'll find her a safe ride and get her to Bear Brad's side. We'll make her a warm coat and some soup, that's no joke. She'll feel better, we hope, she'll be able to cope, and we'll get her back to Brad's boat. Let's search high and low for more bears to join the show. Hey!
Lost bear, so lost, I freed her at low cost. She's no longer storm-tossed, because I put her on some socks and it made me that sauce. The lost bear, so warm, brought in from the storm. Bear Brad on her mind, the lost bear looks forlorn. The lost bear is our guide, she navigates her rough tides. A safe ride we provide to get her to Bear Brad's side. What's that, do you see? I'm staring endlessly. Horizon full of hope, just squint through the scope. There's Bear Brad on the sea. The lost bear is so pleased. She said, he really came for me? She dances in place, soup spills on the plate. Bear Brad came for me. Let's search high and low for more bears to join the show.
Great job, Aaron. Yeah.
The lost bear is so lost.
That's right, there's only 1,000 of these. And 998 left. So please go even moderately viral YouTube stream and sell out the shirt. So Aaron's life and my life are significantly impacted. It's a great shirt. It's a great little story. There's Bear Brad on the sea. Did I already put the flag up? I probably did already put the flag up.
She needs help, it's low cost.
She's no longer storm-tossed, because I put her on some socks and it made me that sauce. The lost bear is so warm, brought in from the storm. Bear Brad on her mind, the lost bear looks forlorn. The lost bear is our guide, she navigates her rough tides. A safe ride we provide to get her to Bear Brad's side. What's that, do you see? I'm staring endlessly. Horizon full of hope, just squint through the scope. There's Bear Brad on the sea. The lost bear is so pleased. She said, he really came for me? She dances in place, soup spills on the plate. Bear Brad came for me. Let's search high and low for more bears to join the show.
Let's search high and low for more bears to join the show. Hey! The lost bear.
Okay, we do not need to hear it again. But the entire point is that in a bear market, you publish results. Results create positions in catalogs and in stages. And those positions could trigger a massive amount of attention. And across from that attention, you want a nice catalog offering so people can enjoy what the moment that they've all shared. And a few of them that seize the moment can get in on, oh, see, I didn't number this one, my bad. Can get in on the catalog offering. So there's only 1,000 of each of these items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I do? I don't know. They're all there, whatever. They're in chat. Chat. Okay. So now we can dip into the itinerary. I need Notarized Co-Publishing, the solution to labor/data exploitation. Notarized Co-Publishing, the solution to data/labor exploitation. Notarized Co-Publishing, the solution to data/labor exploitation. Oh, stop the infinite window, boy. Get back on the battle. Oh, you know what? I'll let you guys do this. Battle bear flag the game while I'm doing maintenance over here. Notarized Co-Publishing, the solution to labor/data. What did I say? Whatever. Bam. Yeah! There we go. Check that bad boy out. Okay. The problem. The linguistic and economic trap of Web 2. The problem. How major platforms turn human labor and personal data into corporate assets without issuing true equity. We're all experiencing this right now, so sing on a bear. We explore the transition from Web 1, which was content ownership, to Web 2, participation without ownership. No, that's not how I would describe that, and I've written extensively about that. Anyway. Web 1 was how would I say that? It was lacking permanence. Web 2 is participatory and it has some layers of permanence, but Web 3 is the permanent layer of internet. So we're moving away from speculative, volatile vocabulary and stepping into hard, property-centered definitions, and that's going to be the first step towards creator sovereignty. Let's load information. Information. I'm a big information person. Plain info. Let's check it out. So, in the plain information, maybe you've never seen it presented this way before, but bear with me. Okay. Block. Simultaneously registered stack of user/software transactions. Notarized, which just means that provided with impartial witness for all to see and authenticate. In fact, let's do this at the same. It's so easy to do. I can just do this in real time demonstration. Let's get a special tab going. Notarized Co-Publishing. Notarized Co-Publishing. Notarized Co-Publishing. I don't understand why y'all don't sing on the bear. I'm a terrible musician. I don't want to be seen as a musician. I don't want to be a celebrity. I am just demonstrating a publishing structure. And I'm reduced to my visual appearance. It's so infuriating. The meh token, bruh. The meh. It's the first piece of the brand that moved for co-publishing. A month before Bored Ape Yacht Club. By the way, I personally don't hate Bored Ape Yacht Club, because they are, in fact, a brand for co-publishing. So here you see March 30. Let's talk about it. Blocks. This is, by the way, just hang in there because this is boring, especially if you're Gen Z. Just try to hang in there. This is boring. It's not dopamine inducing. I don't think there's a way of doing that, but this is super important because we are all currently going through the same exploitation that I've been going through for a long time. I'm not a victim. That's not what that's about. Okay? It's about having professional experience and being able to explain to you, able to explain all of this to you from a point of self-interrogation from my own experiences, okay? Block is a simultaneously registered stack of user software transactions notarized, which means provide with impartial witness for all to see and authenticate. So here's the first piece of the brand that moved and Let Me Out Productions. You've all seen what's happened in terms of narrative and craft and what's been presented to you. This happened a month before Bored Ape Yacht Club, March 31st, 2021, and this property registration. This is a publishing title, so what's published within it is titled as property, and this can further express as title as property. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is a publishing title, and it was put on this public notary service on March 31st, 2021. It's the official hard stamp, publicly available. Look at this stamp. So that's your impartial witness. You are impartial. You have zero dog in the fight, outside of maybe having a whole sanctimonious attitude against this technology. But you're supposed to have zero dog in the fight. You don't want me to win. You don't want Board Ape Yacht Club to win. It's just what came first, right? Who is the precedent in establishing a brand as a co-publishing vessel with community garden plots that are for individual expression. March 31st, 2021. Block. Simultaneously registered stack of user software transactions. This is block 12,150,433. Okay? There's 211 user transactions and 49, it says contract internal transactions. So what that means is there's these softwares that are automatically running on this notary service, and they run through what are called smart contracts. So when they have automated transactions, they're filed separately than the user transactions, so everybody can see what bots are doing. This is kind of, and see what users are doing. So bots versus users kind of thing. Now this particular block was mined by Ethermine. You can see it has a specific notary address. I don't know what this node is composed of, but let's just all pretend for a moment that Ethermine, in the way that the modern proof of stake system works, are 250,000 people across the world that have all staked $70,000 to put their device, which would be a phone or a computer, that's all that they already have. It's not something they don't have to go buy a GPU or anything like that. They're just paying in to participate in the network, and they're staking a certain amount to have their device to participate as an authenticator. So what that means is when these transactions come through, and say there's 250,000 devices in this node across the world, that's who stamped this record. And so we all paid fees to that node. I'll show you my fees because they were actually really large, really loud. $38.84 to transfer this piece to our prospect. And they didn't pick us up, but it was a cool entry to the market, being taken seriously by a group at that scale. So March 31st, 2021, 12:46 p.m., so right afternoon. I'm on UTC minus 12 because I was doing screenshots. So this was actually like 4:46 p.m. Pacific time. That's my local time. But at any rate, so every one of these 211 transactions paid an exorbitant fee that was then split by this group to stamp this set of transactions. Okay, so that's the point, is that if you're just part of the group that's stamping the transactions, you're farming those transactions, and it's just happening. So that's so they get paid, and we get a decentralized authenticity record for data, effort, labor, receipts, anything that you are building intangibles out of, and you're looking at that, and you can see there's a bunch of. This is why they call it crypto, by the way. Okay, I'm not going to explain all this, but if you really want to get into it, there are people who will happily explain all this to you, and yeah. Look, it even has a size, the difficulty for the registration. Ethermine Asia East, so let's just say this is a block in China, and it was 250,000 devices in China that registered this block, and now I have authenticity over my over my proof of origin in brand co-publishing. Because here in the USA, I'm censored, I'm buried under a narrative that the whole thing is for gambling. It's not for publishing provenance and claiming our data, our labor, our effort, and our contribution to intangibles as our property for residual expression. No, it's not about that. It's all gambling. Let's bury this and Anyway, it's super triggering. So that's what a block is. You're looking at it. It's very boring. It's extremely boring. The chain, look at this. Look at the chain. I'll go back into the, oh wait, I already did. Let's go back into the block. All right, see, this is how 433 is the last 3 on this. 434. That's the next block on the chain. Different transactions, different mining pool. 435. Same mining pool, different set of transactions. 436. So a pool is when a bunch of people get together and share the stake to form a node, I think it's called. I could be wrong. Obviously it's called a pool as well. And then when you see some of these things might actually just be, hey look, another one by my Ethermine crew. Hooray! Some of these are actually just users, straight up single users that stamp the transaction if they have enough staked. But ideally speaking, it's spread across the network of devices, and then every device on the network then picks up the block. And then the whole thing is maintained by that. How cool is that? So, boring, but that's information for you. Let it soak in. Don't seek a sanctimonious pedestal against information. Work with it. So, chronological record of blocks in the order they're recorded. Crypto is the encryption of the authentication, encrypted authentication of the event or the existence. The token is proof. That's what a token means. That's why they use the term token. So when you're looking at this token, it's a proof. A fungible is the same as proof. So when we're paying in like this transaction fee, and you see that the transaction was the transaction fee is 0.019 Ethereum. This Ethereum token, this proof of value, is a fungible token. So that means that it's just exchangeable for the same exact value as what the network agrees it is at any given time. And this is the network agreement right now. I don't know if you can see that on stream. Yeah, you can. Right here, $2,048. Okay. Okay, so you have March 31st, 2021. You have okay. Let me focus. Token is proof. Fungible, same as next. So the currency is a fungible proof of value, and a non-fungible proof is unique to. So the title to your car is a non-fungible token of value in American currency. So that means that if I'm driving my car down the highway or driving down the road and a cop or a highway patrol officer pulls me over and they have an issue, I need to prove that I own the car, and they'll ask for title and registration. So you then pull out your NFT and you say, this references the car that I own, and it proves with the public ledger of car ownership that I own the car. So you're already doing this. This is just behavior that you're already doing. But now we use it for intangibles and for art. So the publishing title is what's published within. What's published within is a unique artistic presentation and an assignment of 0.0002% ownership over the brand of Let Me Out Productions. The brand being the intellectual property, which is now formed as a community garden. Of that community garden, there's 80,000 plots that are available to the public on a slow release schedule to not reward speculators at all. And this is the 5th plot out of those 80,000 publicly available plots. This one we transferred to a group we were flirting with because we reached out to them, we expressed we wanted to do this, co-publish properties as community gardens on the blockchain. They took us very seriously, and we were across from a $13 million prospect for the community garden of PressPass. And I was wooing them for 3 months, And I'm very grateful to the early team that showed up. They did incredible work, most of them. There's some people that really harmed the process early on, but that's also my fault. So I just have to express gratitude for the process at this point. We're 5 years beyond. So you can see these are community garden plots that are going viral on the fandom because people can't get enough. Now this is concept art. It's meant to be replaced by humans, and I deliberately have like a bad generator producing art based on like a dead Renaissance artist named Theodore Jericho. And beyond that, I wrote the generator. Look, I'm gonna actually show people this. This is important. DeviantArt. Thank goodness we have that. Let's go full screen for this. This is the generator for the game in PressPass, the community garden. So when you buy a plot, you get to then generate a character into the plot and have customization just like a video game because it's a tabletop roleplay game. And I just have a kit generator to get people used to kind of what the roles are you can choose from and what the subclasses are, and to help people get started. So here we have a notable fan. They're an A-tier fan, ignorant, evil alignment. We have a 7x7 alignment chart, so ignorant, evil is one of the alignments. Their first fan commitment is Dynamo, which means they could probably play for the team in their athletic prime. Their second fan commitment is Purse. They're a big fan of a specific player and spend their free time defending them from criticism. I had a blast writing this world, by the way. I wrote this 10 years ago, way before AI. The reason why I'm able to bring the community garden to life by myself without hardly any resources is because I use AI for some editing, some templating based on my own initial templates, and some format, and then this kind of concept art. So let's get into the generator here. I wrote all this, no AI. I coded all this stuff. I hate coding, by the way, it drives me nuts. But I did this, and anybody can go look at this. It's a public resource, perchance.org. I forget the engineer who's behind this. We can go look him up. But I wrote all this, did all these things. If you want me to put other professions in the generator, just put them in our Discord. Like, that's fine. This is notable fans, so this was fun. I even made up stuff. Look, I put unemployed hopeful in the list. That's me right now. Unemployed, hopefully you guys will employ me by co-publishing because I have to physically. This is the sob story. Okay. Can you even tell? Because I have a 6. I'm still like somewhat. And it kind of looks like the the Trinity on the Holy Mount. Oh, what a sense of humor, huh? What a sense of humor! Oh my goodness! What a ridiculous. Yeah, I hope not. I just hope not. I don't even believe in that nuts. It's just nuts. Anyway. I got a treat for y'all. If you get through the whole stream with me, I got a treat for y'all. It'll be fun. I don't have a beat for you, but it'll be fun. By the way, this is the head coach of the 1939 Pittsburgh Gridlock, and I have them reserved for Caitlin Olsen because the It's Always Sunny team are my team. They're great. They put food on plates with content, and that is what I'm all about. Sharing the success, generating success, sharing the success, and making food on plates for years and years and years. You win my heart with that. It's exactly what it is. Okay. Never let it be said. This is for Powder Puff, when a problematic 2007 Powder Puff game. What am I looking for here? It's my context-free art. No, I did these. A sketch art of DS. Where's that stupid Mario? There it is. Okay. I actually made this in 2004. But look, so here's the code. This is generative art, by the way, in 2004. Here, okay, look. I wrote this code. It was all based on shapes and coding shapes. Here, I'll even put this in chat. I don't care if you guys look around my DeviantArt. Doesn't concern me. Oh, there we go. There, go look at that. That's the original context-free art, and I need you guys to try to explain to me. I'm using somebody else's program in context-free. They made it free, made it available, but I'm coding the rules of the program and the rules of the output, and then I do generative art. It's Mario. He's got different faces. I'm the type of person that'll do this like a few times, but I won't like make a habit out of it, you know? But anyway, what's the difference between that and this? Come on. Come on. Let me explain to you guys what you're doing as a cognitive linguist. Okay. Okay, so in the realm of blockchain, you're straight up ignoring information. Okay. So the information is being subjected to a dominant influence. What's the dominant influence? At blockchain and AI. What's the dominant influence? An unwarranted attitude of moral or social superiority. And the interesting thing is, your brains are actually working a lot like AI bots in this case, because you're looking for the lowest common denominator to exit the conversation of meaning and value, and you're looking for the unwarranted attitude of moral and social superiority, which I call the pedestal of self-righteousness. Self-righteous prescriptivism would be the more appropriate behavioral term. SRP. Enslave information and people for sanctimony. It's okay. I'm not a good musician. So if you're like, I don't want to participate in Musical Bears because he's not a good musician, that's fine. But if you saying, oh, I want to participate in Musical Bears because he's a phenomenal property structure professional, and I want to see what that's like, that's exactly what it's for. It's $10. Here. Let's put the fandom in first. You goofies. I sound like Charlie. You goofies. Well, I'm Charlie. I'm voice critical. I'm actually a real badass. I'm real badass. I can't do his voice. Tranquil Garden. Buy a bear. Sing on a bear. Shove the duck up and sing on a bear. Okay. Shove the duck up equals line your ducks in a row. Meaning create economic positions in stages and catalogs. Okay? And sing on a bear means publish results in a bear market, creating those economic positions. Shove the duck up and sing on a bear. So we are going to co-publish results in a bear market, creating those economic positions, shoving those ducks right up. Shove the duck up and sing on a bear. I know I'm surveilled. I know I'm likely to be before this ever actually takes off, because they will cannibalize it and centralize it as a state resource before ever giving me the light of day. Co-publish the stage. Remember, the stage is anything visible that shapes the mind. Content, material, your behavior, written expressions, poetry, streaming, Anything visible that shapes the mind is the stage. Co-publish the shelf. The shelf is anything that can create transactions in the economy, anything that adds to a business's catalog, or your own catalog, or in most cases, a shared catalog position that's oftentimes hosted by the property creator, and then you've published into it. So co-publish the shelf. Let's look at this real quick, actually. Because each of these bears have published. Look, Lost Bear, the one on my chest, $61,000 in potential. Y'all, 8,000 items. Okay, I'm praying that the right people find this. They understand it's actually socialism, writ to economic practice, and they just participate, because this shirt's $28 plus shipping, so I think it's like 32, 33, depending on where you live in the USA. It's gonna take a week or two to get to you. It's a good print. Just turn it inside out when you wash it. That's all I ask. And you do that for any collectible clothing, any at all, no matter what it is. Supreme, Champion, any of the name brand stuff, your Louis, all of that stuff. If it goes in the washing machine and you spent money on it, it needs to be inside out. Period. You got to preserve the artist's work. And this is a collaboration too. Our printer does great work. Thank you to Viral Style. Thank you. I'm a little sad that they're well, no, they're good. I think they're pretty good about clearing bots off their platform, and they're only working with serious publishers. But they do a great job. So, and their customer service is phenomenal. I love Viral Style. I love them. So Paca over here, that's one of the people who purchased number 71 of our brand, learned how to structure a co-publication on the Notary, and then launched their own. And they set up a merchandise catalog too. Theirs is much more expanded. They're planning on going international. And so 4 items into their catalog with 10,000 units an item is a $200,000 position for this co-publisher. In fact, these two pieces, the Lost Bear and this co-publisher, they're owned by the same person. So let me go find those links, and we will show the co-published shelf of Paca. That is store.paca.org. I'll just put that, I won't promote anybody generally. I'll just put store.paca.org in chat. Please go here. Please go to Musical Bear's store as well. Let's put our general store up as well. Okay, so underneath the Paca link in chat will be the Musical Bears store. And Paca uses a different vendor than Musical Bears. I've purchased a couple pieces from this catalog already. I'm pretty happy with them. I'm extremely happy with. I'm extremely happy with the pieces I've that have come through. Okay, so we have Red Sea. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. Where's Summer Melon? This is the line that's $200,000. She has a sticker for $7, some cool slides for $50. Her women's T-shirt is $33, and her general T-shirt is. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong line. I need to be looking at Summer Melon. That one's cool too. This is the one. You have the sticker, the bucket hat, the long sleeve, and the short sleeve. So number 13, Summer Melon. That's a life-changing economic position. Okay, let's get back to the itinerary. So we've broken down an intellectual property, or a brand, a show, a little bear musical, into a kit of Lego-style pieces. Each piece is, just as property, the same way title to your car works, a set of rights, processes, and stated goal results, collectively known as impact, with a capital I, that forms a material good that is now titled as your property to publish with. Using blockchain strictly as an impartial, decentralized spreadsheet-style notary service to permanently record and sustain simultaneously transactions of these property pieces allows us to build these Lego kits in an open way and in a decentralized way where we don't actually necessarily need to know who exactly is who doing what. Now, in the USA, just because of if you do something in the Lego kit and now that Lego is earning you money, we're just going to ask that you tell us who you are, so we don't get in any sort of trouble in the USA. That's just our rule because we're in the United States. I'm not, ideally speaking, I have a global audience for what I'm teaching, but that's what this was about, disguising the whole thing. But it is what it is. Okay, so we use a system to build these Lego kits called the LMO Structure, and it departmentalizes any production of any of these properties into or data pools for AI collection into various sub-pools within the overall expression. So that's why the public-facing sub-pool of the overall brand expression is 80,000 plots in Let Me Out Productions. That forms 16%. So that means that there's a 1 to 5.25 proof of labor ratio in the community garden, meaning creator, co-founders, founding regents, founding advisors, all of the labor that makes up the brand of Let Me Out Productions they're all earning 5.25 pieces shared between those various contributors. Now, for transparency, I'm at 1.435 of that ratio. So when you purchase a piece of the brand, you are essentially transferring me 1.435 pieces of my own labor in establishing the brand and establishing this model. And if you think that's fair, here's the link to the brand pieces, which you, again, structure into your own co-publishing vessels. These are really helpful because we're really marginal over here. We're barely paying even light bills. Like, my phone is a couple days behind right now. My insurance is behind. My car's broken down and back. I'm trying to get a little bit of resources together for to pay the people to fix my car. I live in Rockland, but because of the gas prices right now and because of just how things are with community resources and being a burden on community resources, or even beyond that, turning somebody's family resources into more of a community resource when they don't want to do that. That's not fair to anybody. So please turn on the market. We are the original co-publishing brand, and the whole sanctimonious purity testing has gotten us nowhere, because this is exactly the type of behavior we need to practice when we are establishing our data pools in AI, and that's for the kids. So the same way that this bear anchors, I think, let's look at, is that safe to look at? Probably not. It's a spreadsheet of residuals. I don't know if I have names blacked out. Let's just see. If I scroll, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the co-publisher of this specific unit is earning $8.14 per shirt, which means if this stream goes viral and 998 of you guys come through and buy the rest of these shirts, she'll have made $8,120 something because she's already sold 2 shirts, so she's already made a couple bucks off this line. Yeah, $18.27. She spent $16 on 2 bears, so she's up $2, everybody. But again, it's not about your deposit. It's about publishing results with the property, owning title, and having that title be treasury mapped to receive the results of your performance. And you're looking at it. So she has 8 items, $61,000. Please just go crazy. Like, it's designer. but it's co-publisher designer from a meek, small community member in Rockland, California. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff here will change lives. Nobody's really going to get rich, but we will, like, not stressing over the bills every month because you have another income stream plugged in from your publications. That's super helpful. And then look at our take. This is the let me outside of the revenue. We're at $55,000 on this line. Okay, the charities are at 2,000, 2,000, 2,500, a hair under 1,800, 1,800, and 2,400. I'll round down. That's the charity cut scheduled into the line. Now we're down bad. We need to be a company, but not a fiduciary obligated company. So what that means is that the Let Me Out Productions brand and our publications, we need to get to a certain sustainability point and a certain growth point, and then we can decide to even donate the entire positions that we're earning from these bears to whatever cause we want, including I love bears. I think they're great. I do. My algorithm is feeding me bear stuff every day, like the actual animal of bears. They're great. So yeah, if you want to learn how to departmentalize and structure these community garden style publications, buy a piece of the first one, and then you turn that piece into your own, and then that's exactly what my dear friend and the person who's carried this behavior on her back for the last couple of years, Zion Tedese, and when this goes wide, I will not. She will. You guys give her speaking fees. You can do all that with her. I'm gonna keep it at the community level because there's a lot of things here. Because I'm unlisted. Let's go all. Shout out Rarible. You guys still have great interface. Keep the OG Rarible up forever, please. It's really useful. So, deed to establish the property. The deed says this is a community garden or puzzle structure asset, and it's thorough. There's pages and pages and pages that thoroughly define what the property is, what its mission is, how it works, and what each plot does and expresses into the property. So each plot that is part of the public-facing build, and so again, 1 to 5.25 proof of labor, so 16%. In this case, it's 100,000 pieces overall. Let Me Out is 500,000 pieces because we're the original co-publishing studio. And these guys are going to be more exclusive. Okay, I kind of actually love this piece so much. That's dynamic. That's really nice to look at. That's phenomenal. Let's put that in the chat. It's only $4. That's really cool. Oh! You do the same thing. You express it into merchandise. Now on Paka, they have a newsletter that everybody's sharing. Right now it's hosted on Substack. And we're hosting it on Substack because we believe Substack will eventually cut a co-published newsletter into the advertising. Here is Beneath the Surface, the Real Work of Community Advocacy. This is a very interesting piece because a 15-year-old wrote it, but what they did was so interesting. And I actually love what they did, and I think teachers ought to take a note from this. So this 15-year-old did, their name is Jada, and they work at, they're at McClatchy, I believe. Jada67 is their alias, so it's not their real name. But I had a conversation, as one can say that, with a chatbot we'll call Pokemon about community advocacy. Community advocacy is a topic I'm researching for my high school project and team. And then she says, I'm Jada, I'm 15 years old, what is community advocacy? Pokemon. She's interviewing a bot that she made about community advocacy, which is like a really interesting way of writing an article without it necessarily being plagiarism. You know what I mean? It's super, I'm in awe of the generations and how they're using this tool. So if you don't enslave results for sanctimony, the unwarranted attitude of moral and social superiority, you might be in awe too. Now, that said, there are positions that I'd like to establish that Let Me Out Productions has taken. So, for example, this is an old Midjourney generator that's ran locally by the Perchance people. It's not using data center energy. This isn't running out of, when you're rendering here, it's not killing the air in Memphis or out of a mid-sized city in Texas or something like that. It's just an old model, early AI model that we're using on Perchance, and it's built into this software. So here's the best way to do this. You just copy this. Hey, cool. Go to the Discord, and you say, okay. You'll have, where's the character generator? Press Pass Season 1. Character registration. Bam. So you see all these characters? So you just go New Post. When you can put your image up here. This is what you should do. Stop. Slow down. Calm down, slow down. So, okay, I'm going to save this image so I can show you all how to do this. Let's close that. Let's close my 2004 generative art. I do want to sell a Kobe while I'm on stream today. This piece is great. So somebody get number 96. Checking my phone on stream. Checking my phone on stream. Checking my phone, I'm checking my phone. Alright, I'm going to post this in the chat. I'm not here to talk about this. Did I already do that? Yeah, I did. So you can read our article here. But this is so Paco, you express your property into merchandise. You express your property into the newsletter. She expressed number 658 into this newsletter publication. And she can do this once every 3 months as a quarterly release. So she can come back and chat with Pokemon anytime and write these interesting interviews. It's actually, I was fascinated. It's actually interesting. Again, early model AI generator, and then I actually went through and pixel painted these images after they came out to make them look like they're brushstroked and all of that, and make them look like they're kind of museum-style pieces. So I'm a graphic designer. I've been doing that a long time. I take pride in that. It's just retexturing what is spit out, and since I'm able to do that, that's now my artistic expression. And it is, again, early model, low rent, low impact art generation, regurgitation. I agree with everybody on that. But what I'm regurgitating is a Renaissance artist nobody's ever heard of, except for me, because I love him. Theodore Jericho. Anyway, this is great. I added this line at the end. I was a Game Boy in my past life. That's funny to me. Precedent. Antecedent. Make the whole thing look like it's gambling, except for it's actually about publishing and provenance and data ownership, and expressing that data ownership with market residuals mapped to a specific point. I'm surprised I'm alive. But at the end of the day, like, the quickest way to blow this up would be to off me. Oh, man. Oh, my shoulders are killing me. Whoever makes these, why don't you guys send me a few and sponsor the streams, and then send me money, too. Like, a couple grand a month. And I will just talk about how these release cervical knots in a way that is so phenomenal. I just need to press one out. I don't need to actually do the whole thing. Okay. Cervical knots, cervical knots, cervical knots. Oh, there was one. That was quite the... Should I ASMR this for you guys? Oh, that was a deep crunch there. Ooh. Ugh. Chiropractors. I got the type of knots that when you hit them right, it sends the whole shiver down the arm. I don't know how safe that is. Ooh. Okay. I already feel a lot better. Okay. It was like $25, $30. Totally worth it. Every grown man should have one of those. Because you can just like use that for a long time. And take the stress out of anybody in your life who's actually, you're begging to rub out your cervical knots all the time. Did I put this in chat? Maybe not. I need to. This is a new game for the kids. Gen Z, new sport. Gen Z, new sport. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, new sport. Here's a new sport for y'all. I know you're all tired of the old sports. Here's a new one. Battle Bear Flag. It's this high-energy, strategy-driven version of Capture the Flag designed to be played with 4 teams and enhanced by unique elemental roles, like Avatar. In this game, teams must work together to unite their flags in the Union Zone. Oh, by the way, shout out to Joshua Flores. He's known as Iron Q. He wrote this with me, and he planned this game out with me. And he accelerated the whole game and all of that. So, in this game, teams must work together to unite their flags in the Union Zone while utilizing special abilities assigned to their elemental roles. Betrayal, teamwork, and strategic resets are all part of this thrilling experience. Let's dive into the rules and how to play. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. So let's stick to the itinerary. Super distracted brain. Deep dive into the 80,000 hardcap publishing title framework. Okay. Yeah, they want me to talk about this. That's a good point. So one of the things that people are super apprehensive about our model on is that, look, I'll show you guys. Here's our pricing model. There are listed interesting. Okay. So, oh, that's what it is. So the lowest price one is $151 right now. 150, probably like 155 once you account for fees and money transfer, all that stuff. Always mark up what you're looking at, maybe by $2 or $3 in your head, and that way when it's $1 cheaper, you'll feel great. Okay, 150. So let's just call that one. So just 155, 154, 157, 160, etc. So people are looking at this as a line pumping tool, and do they even give us any analytics? I guess some line pump. Okay. So we've been. The ceiling was $284 in August of 2021. We're still under ceiling. Really? That's it? I believe it. I live it. Oh, I live it. Oh my goodness, do I live that? Yeah, I definitely live that for sure. Okay. All right. Let's talk about it. The platform architecture transforms the concept of collective brand development by utilizing a hard cap structure of 80,000 unique publishing titles for the public-facing community, or for the public part of the brand development. Rather than relying on speculative financial mechanisms, this model allows co-publishers to secure certified fractionalized property title over the underlying brand infrastructure. So to ensure an honest market rate and actively prevent artificial speculation or predatory flipping, the distribution of these property titles is governed by a strict progressive math curve and a restricted marketplace window. So a lot of y'all are not perceiving the window, you're only perceiving the curve. but that's okay. You need to pay attention to me. The progressive price algorithm is publishing title number 1 is the one you want most. So I'm going to load that on screen. This was sold June 16th for 0.001 Ethereum. And because of the way that we were released, I believe the first 40 tokens were all 0.001 Ethereum or 0.007 Ethereum on like a discount while we released. But past that, everything's been priced the same. Let's look at this. So, friend of our brand and brand owner and co-publisher purchased this on June 16th, 2021, 11:32 a.m. She paid $3 for the first piece of the brand. And she paid $9 to the notary. So be it, $11 overall to own the first piece of the first co-published brand in history. This one was minted officially on chain 3 months after number 5, which is kind of funny that they didn't go in chronological order, but those are the breaks. So you have your each subsequent title in the pool increases sequentially by a fixed increment of 0.001 Ethereum. So we're on number 72, which is 0.072 Ethereum. That's what it reflects, the chronology. 0.074 here is 0.074. 73 sold last year. In fact, Iron Q from Battle Bear Flag is the guy who bought that. Yeah, so following this linear path in a 200 release window, that's really important to note. So listed 200 items. That should say 200. I know for a fact there's 200. I counted them. But there's 200 here. The cheapest one is 152. The most expensive one is probably around $600. Maybe $7. Yeah. This is actually a co-published piece. So when you buy a piece of LMO, you get to make your own piece. And this is actually, full disclosure, is made by my ex-girlfriend. So if you buy this, Let Me Out splits half that receipt with her. She'll get 0.15 is that right? Just direct cut in half. And she's known as Lucid Pockets. Shout out to Lucid Pockets. I much appreciate Lucid Pockets. And I will leave it at that. So this is the most expensive one, is $600. So on that release window, you don't speculate. You're not going to buy one for $650. You're not going to buy one for $150 expecting to sell it at a gain, because the next 200 pieces are pretty much the same price you paid, up to maybe $500, $600, $700 more, depending on how much the window's expanded on choice effort. But this is number 303 in that community garden, and it can also be developed into a co-publishing structure as many times as you need. You can express as many properties as you want off of our structure when you have a publishing title to use our specific guidance in the structure. Anybody in the world can right now go write a deed to property, assign ownership to tokens, and establish a community garden style publication. If you don't know how to do that, you buy one of these and you learn from the original person. Sorry if I sound condescending. It's been 5 years. Bear with me. Just join me in the human experience of that. Being buried by gambling when you're actually trying to do serious gardening and serious farming work and property results. Okay? So, have fun. Buy pieces of our brand. And let's kick ass. So the platform enforces an automated supply constraint by only listing the bottom available 200 titles for acquisition at any given moment. That's right, the bottom available. So there's no price cheating at all. When 72 sells, I'll make 304 available. If all of them sell in a day, we will freeze the window because we want everybody who bought pieces, as 200 people. I need to then go into my producer team and get everybody ready and be like, hey, we just had 200 people or maybe like a few people that bought all these pieces that are going to come in and they're going to want to structure their property. So here's your, here's your temp contract, because that's how we have to do it for now. And they all know how to structure the properties on our tool. So here, sit down with them. You have NDA. They're not going to leak anything or cheat you at all in any way, shape, or form. And we will structure the deeds, help you establish how to even perceive this information, how to put it on chain, and then pursue your co-publishing after that. So we don't want people to cheat that, pump it at all. So if it's all sold out in a day, all 200 from 150 to 600, I'd have enough resources to plug myself and Aaron, our co-founder, perhaps Nick, perhaps Alex, perhaps some people down line into the production and help people get their deeds established. And then once we have enough people onboarded, then we would release the next 200. But that would make sure that people aren't cheating, people aren't driving the price up, and the next 200, the floor would then be that 650 point, unless Ethereum is pumped a little bit. Maybe it'll be 700. We're not counting on pumping. We're just using the Ethereum as a value transfer protocol on a notary network. So each individual publishing title in the brand carries a fixed, unalterable deeded assignment to the property. When a co-publisher registers a title to their custody, they are acquiring an active fractional stake in the publishing results of the brand. A single title guarantees an exact math portion of the property's yield based on the structure. Well, if you publish it, we will pay net profit yield when we're at a net profit point. Who knows as far as that will? Who knows how long that will take? Reflective of your published equity. If you publish the equity, you have to publish a result that we can point to and say, hey, look, they are co-publishing a newsletter. If that's all you want to do, sure. They're co-publishing a newsletter across from titled property built on our structure. So this is a great expression of the Let Me Out Productions brand. It's not owned by the Let Me Out Productions brand. It's just an expression of the structure that we taught. That's it. Hey, look, that adds to our brand strength. So we all the success in the world to them. We don't take a cut. We don't rent seek. Nothing. We're not agents. They are fully sovereign. The owner of this brand is an enterpriser in Sacramento, and she so thoroughly believes in this publishing model that we're able to fight for it against the gambling narrative of the public notary. But that's why y'all need to really, think about the human aspect of what's happening. Because when you abandon the information, blockchain, non-fungible tokens, all that stuff, you put it up your bums and you stick your nose up and you run away, you're hurting real people at the smallest level that actually did the work. That sucks. So once again, Paka is the place to go. If you really want to support co-publishing, I'd like to see Zion get a big win. Pay the rent, so to speak. You know what I mean? She's been helping so much. She's the reason this has survived. At the maximum execution tier, 35% performance allocation. Wait, what am I reading here? No. Okay. Traditional media models rely on unchecked customer speculation, which volatilely spikes asset prices and boxes out actually working creators. I'm living that. This model replaces that instability with a steady chronological growth curve. Because the listing interface is hard gated to the lowest price 200 units, the cost to enter the ecosystem increases only in direct proportion to the volume of titles actively settled by real human collaborators. This ensures that the property pieces remain entirely accessible to genuine co-publishers who wish to build value with the property they own, rather than gamblers looking for short-term arbitrage. Thank you. That is the point of a chronological growth curve in your window. Now, frankly, Paca, I will just show you guys. This is interesting. Look, their tokenomics right now is on Polygon with $5 pieces. If all 16,000 pieces sold out today, they'd have $143,000. So at 10% agent rate, that'd be $14,000. At 35% agent rate, it'd be like $46,000. She paid $200. That's all she, and then she's sustained. For help with her side of the build, she's sustained the co-publishing effort for a couple of years now, where I haven't had a lot of community support. People don't perceive that co-publishing is the solution to data exploitation in AI, and this specific model where your contribution is mapped to you, your contribution is mapped to you, here's the residuals from AI expressions right here, here's all the different nodes they're plugged into for AI expression, here's how much you get paid, $450 per expression. Here, this is just, we're not doing AI, we're building actual brands and products and services and experiences, but we're doing that as the community garden structure that you need to all apply to AI so we're not exploited. So we just off her community garden titles alone, the publishing titles in the garden, she's at $143,000 if it all sold today, and it can't all sell. She also has a slow release build. They don't have a window or anything, but it's just like the whole supply is co-published. So when you buy a piece, you make a piece for somebody else to purchase, and that's just how the supply grows. And anybody at the community can make a piece at any time and just contribute a piece, donate a piece, because it's a nonprofit brand. So in the catalog, how many? I think 40 people have published into the catalog so far, which, no, it can't be 40. It'd be 20 people that have published in the catalog so far. Hair over 20, 21, 22. And that has produced for Paca, their side of the merchandising would be $4.2 million if the entire merchandise catalog sold today. And if you wanted to, say, wholesale that, okay, and ship it to store and mark it up to, when you wholesale it and ship it to store, you could just charge these prices off the rack, and then you don't have to pay any splits because the vendor will just be so happy that you're ordering bulk, they're gonna make it worth your while and still pay us these splits. So that's how we are working on that on the bulk side of that sort of thing. And if that's what you're interested in, please do that, because Spring needs to take Paco really seriously. You know, this is a serious co-publishing. Shout out to Spring. You know, they're doing their best with customer service in a changing time. So, their publishing total in Prospect is $4.35 million. 4.35. What Let Me Out is getting out of that is $200 and 2 years of sustainability from Xeon. And she is also a restaurant owner, and the fact that I'm able to eat restaurant food and not have to worry about that expense in life to keep building. Are you serious? What an angel. What an angel. Like, I want her, this needs to go before anything with I. I'm sorry, like she's the first person to take a piece of the brand and express it. Please, bless her. Okay, audience, like, please seek out the Paca thing. It's good stuff. Look, the 12-year-old did this line. You want to surprise that 12-year-old? Yeah, you did this line. The guy who did this line's mad at me, but I'm sure if his line sells out, he won't be mad at me anymore. You feel me? Like, they got some good stuff in here, good outfits. Spring, you need to restock these pants, because I need some. I need some of those. I need those ASAP. Yeah, they've got good stuff at the Pocket catalog. And again, every 4 items that you see here with the same sort of colorway of the expression of the logo. Number 29 here, there are 4 items out of the plot. Some of them are done by Pocket itself, like Smudge Marley here. So that means the entire net profit of the line is going to PACA. And if you're curious about how to arrange the catalog in a nonprofit format, all of the residuals would be earned by the co-publisher, and then in the deeded arrangement, they'd be donating half of the residuals back to the nonprofit treasury. And then so buying and developing the property is just in agreement to do in agreement with those terms. And so, in theory, nobody should buy the property if they don't want. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of writing the deed, so everybody knows what we're doing. And if you don't like what you're doing, if you don't like the 1 to 5.25 ratio, you're like, oh, only 16% is available to the public. I don't like that. Then don't participate. And if that's what's holding me back is the numbers, fine. We will find folks that work with our numbers. It's not about. It's really not about the equity in the actual property. It's about what you do with it and how you express it into the market. Shout out to whoever liked the stream. I love you. So, does that explain the chronological growth curve? I think I'm still getting rung up the Watsu with that. Now, at $4.3 million in co-publish in the result of PACA, this is what a fiduciary obligated studio would charge: 35% of 4.3 million. We would charge a traditional fiduciary obligated platform would charge anywhere from $400,000 to $1.5 million ahead of time, okay, to then help Xeon produce this outfit, and she'll tell you that herself. She'll tell you that herself because there's so many grifters in this economy that want to come through and help her do things that are charging out the Watsu ahead of time without actually having any proven results. This catalog's live. Hell, she's made about $100 from it. It's all just gone back to keeping the brand alive, but the co-publishers have also made $100 from it. How about that? Look, 17, 464, $2.12, $2.12, $13, yay. You know, this is $9. This is a sandwich. Who doesn't want a sandwich coming in off a shirt? Oh, I need money, and then you check your wallet on MetaMask or Rainbow, and you see, oh, why is there $20 in here? And then you go check the chain, and you see Pocket Page you. You're like, oh crap, and then you say, hey, I need to audit the oops. Why are you not taking me to the back end? There we go. I'm just logging with Google, man. I'm logging with Google, man. Oh, I'm super excited to talk about that. Listings. Oh yeah, I forgot about. Well, I'm on my own. I want to get on the other store. What? Whatever. How do I log into? I usually do. I just have them on different computers. That's why. Okay, we'll close that. Close that. Yeah, let's talk about something I'm really excited about. Okay, when you have a labor reserve of publishing titles, like in Press Pass Season 1, 20% of Season 1 belongs to the hired laborers that are coming in. So these aren't people that are like creating Season 1 or any of the executive producers that I have on a list. Shout out to, say, Robin Teed, for example. We're not using your name in a promotional way. Shout out to Adam McKay, for example. We're not using your name in a promotional way. Shout out to Aaron Magruder, for example. We're not using your name in a promotional way. Shout out to Gail Ann Hurd and Scotty Gilmore. Is that your name? We're not using your name in a promotional way. These are just wish list names I'd love to work with to put food on plates for a long time out of the sports mockumentary super world, because they've done that. That's what they're good at. And they know what can shape a great audience experience that holds on to an audience of 800,000 to 1 million people per season. And that's all you need. Now, we want to have 2.5 to 10 million people watching per season at Press Pass, and we're built to do that. So let's do that together, and as a tandem bike where everybody owns their own seats. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna read the paper. You guys are gonna be bored out your gourd, but we're gonna read the paper is what we're gonna do. And here you go. You can read along with me. I'm a cognitive linguist. That does not mean I guarantee perfect linguistic performance along your expected standards. It means I study why your brain even expects standards in linguistic performance. I feel like you have to be a linguist to enjoy and understand what I just said, or any kind of neuro or cognitive scientist. If nothing else, I do think I'm really funny, and nothing else. I think I'm funny and I'm nothing else. This is my rewrite last year, by the way. Finished it in November. Loosely sponsored somehow. I'm just going to say it because I need protection in these streets. I need resources in these streets, immediate resources. Loosely sponsored by Goldman Sachs, weirdly enough. So when we're all owning data as property and AI expressions, like, look at the asset managers coming through a few years ago to really rescue what we're doing, and I need that again, not from the same specific person, but like, why not a bigger chunk and something I can actually build with long term, and not what ultimately amounts to 4 months of rent in California. While I have to work 16 hours a day trying to build a behavioral demonstration that is being mined to turn into software as a service in a way that is meant to completely cut myself and my team out. And I'm telling everybody, that's dog shit behavior. What the hell? There's so much money in the economy. It's all about power and the illusion of moral superiority, the illusion of superiority. Anyway, Impact Puzzles, a framework for on-chain co-publishing, a tokenomics framework that translates labor into property via hard-cap publishing titles, based on Impact Puzzles and on the LMO Structure for tokenomics, originally published on March 24th, 2021. You can actually read that cut right here. It's in the second tab. It's just a harder read. Written by Kamani Okira, November 9th, 2025, version 2.0.1. The emergent collaborative economy necessitates a verifiable and equitable system for shared value creation. This paper represents blockchain as a public notary technology functioning as a cognitive community cement for co-publishing the economy. Drawing from a cognitive linguistic perspective, we detail a tokenomics framework, the, quote, impact puzzle, end quote, that transforms a wider intellectual property container, traditionally transacted as one unit, into modular co-publishable units of titled property that result in the existence of the wider container. Now, take a moment. Let it breathe. Think of any AI brain. Claude, ChatGPT, Google's Gemini. All of these AI brains can actually be compartmentalized, departmentalized, however you want to perceive it. I suggest that you do regions and time and chunks of time. So you could say USA West and have it be Washington, Oregon, California. All of the data produced by everybody in USA West in Q1 of 2026. is rendered as an impact puzzle of 10 million pieces, 10 million publishing titles. And let's say Facebook is doing this, and anytime you're contributing posts to Instagram, Facebook, etc., you're earning up to 5 publishing titles a day out of that pool. No more than 5, but it can't be gamed. But now you're earning these publishing titles for what you're expressing into their AI pool. And now when I go buy a Meta subscription, and I express something out of that Meta subscription, or that Meta subscription is just paying a flat rate pool, or a flat rate to the pool of California or USA West for 2026 Q1. Now you have really interesting properties that will eventually maybe die in their market expression, and that's why you do that. So there are limited windows of market expression, but eventually Q1 2026 USA West may not be useful in market expression at all. But in the immediate next year, yeah, it would be. And now everybody who's contributing is earning small residuals from that expression. And the thing is, the data is already being measured like this, is already community garden mapped to user, etc. We're considered users, we're not considered co-publishers, and that's where the paradigm needs to change. The fiduciary obligation tells the lawyers to say users in the paperwork, users. The actual market reality is a published result is produced from a person, a human being, and now that published result is being gathered and farmed like a crop, chopped up, fed to a machine, and that machine is now earning money. So, naturally, somewhere in the equation, the human being needs to be included in the transaction. Not the whole thing. Somebody built the machine. Somebody built the machine to harvest the data, to produce the data, or to regurgitate the data into something else. Those people have to be included too. But they don't get the whole thing. We're not users. How dare you? It's disgusting, honestly. We are gardeners. And you are farming from this plot or this plot or this plot. You are farming the data. And just like this is rendered, the person who owns number 96 here, now they're buying the rights to publish into the brand. They're buying title to publish. They're buying title to this piece of the brand to publish results with that piece of the brand. The brand is not earning anything from their results at all. Just like in PACA, they have a $4.3 million potential expression right now. We don't earn anything from that. Now, I myself have published 3 lines into the catalog, so those lines would earn from me as a human being, my individual self. And that total position, I think, is $600,000 across from the merchandise I've published, so I won't be mad. I won't be mad if PACA sells out because this goes viral and it's new designer clothes. But community published designer, where everybody's earning from the transactions, and they're no more expensive than clothes at Target. Store.paca.org, by the way. And like I said, if Target were to want to carry this line, and that is our goal, is to get something like that going, hit up Spring, because y'all do printing as well. So that's the whole thing. Just, we can all share. Nobody needs to really compete in co-publishing, and I think that's maybe what's scary in the economy. But every single platform can do fishes and loaves, and sustained with a small community of co-publishers, co-publishing results and sharing the yield, and growing and growing and growing, and cycling the economy more horizontally. Oh, this is really feeling great on my back. Oh my goodness. Oh, all the way around. Yes. I have a doctor's appointment in 3 days, so please buy stuff so I can get a lift in case my car isn't fixed by then. That's most of the itinerary. Yeah, so we don't do rent seeking. We do flat rates for publishing titles instead of parasitically bleeding the long-term publishing results of independent creators. I just don't believe in that. Now, when you publish into catalogs, just like what I said earlier, when you are publishing a contribution into a machine, the machine, it's appropriate for the machine to be earning as well. And that's what this is. The vessel is PACA. You're publishing Grass C number 75, the 75th plot of Paca, into this catalog. So then it's a 50-50 split of the net profit. If you're not okay with that, don't buy the set. I think they're $5. Don't buy a $5 plot and don't publish it into a $200,000 potential position. Don't do it. If you're not okay with the 50-50, okay, that's fine. You're not okay with the 16% on it, okay, that's fine. Just don't do it. And you're not doing it. So that's, you know. So the only thing that can change is that you actually try this. And a bunch of people try this. And we build a great co-published catalog. And then we build software that accommodates the actual experience of co-publishing instead of forcing people into corporate silos and corporate expressions. Yeah, go there and buy a piece of Paca. They're $7. I don't even know if they're that much. Number 90, $5. Look at that. It's beautiful. Put it on a shirt, make us some money, sing us a little song, try to be funny. Yeah, that's the musical Bears. It's not Paca. You're not singing on Paca. I have been logged out due to inactivity. Huh, Viral Style?
There is so...
Shut up, Lost Bear. Only me, not you, Aaron. Y'all want another bear song?
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had fake hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy.
No, how odd. She wasn't, was she? So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy.
Fuzzy Wuzzy fakes fur paws.
Fuzzy Wuzzy says she's fuzzy.
Fuzzy Wuzzy speaks faux pas.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a sham.
All that fuzz was just a scam.
Fuzzy Wuzzy got me fuzzy. That frosted bear was just there bluffing. Fuzzy Wuzzy's so nonplussing. Her lies are crushing, cracking walls.
Stop discussing Fuzzy Wuzzy.
She's good for nothing but flapping jaws.
Fuzzy Wuzzy is no whiz. Fuzzy Wuzzy wore no wig. Fuzzy Wuzzy wore a bunny.
Fuzzy Wuzzy is such a pig. Fuzzy Wuzzy's fuzzy bunny, be free to hop to me with glee. Poor fluffy fuzzy hustled bunny, was your fuzz always meant for me?
Okay, so somebody plagiarized my publishing model really early on. They accused me of felonies on the radio. And then nobody bought anything because they didn't trust me. They thought I was a scammer because this dipshit was accusing me of felonies on the radio. And then they proceeded to go and make changes to what I had published in this impact puzzle paperwork. And they said, oh, you can't own the plot in the community garden. You have to be a member and buy membership. And you don't publish anything with your plot. You just do nothing. It just accesses what the brand is doing. Yeah, I'm the authority. I'm the architect. I'm the origin. So it was like a bear, a naked bear that stole a bunny and wore it as a wig. And for some reason, a dipshit parade formed after that because they were sold sanctimony against me, that I was committing a crime. And this idiot, this fucking moron who should absolutely be in prison right now. I have no idea what the holdup is. Everybody knows that she's a fraud and did this in broad daylight to bend market narratives and all this other junk. Anyway, let me not dive into that. Triggering. Okay, so whether you are a filmmaker, a Web3 developer, a cognitive linguist like myself, or a creator tired of watching platforms monetize your existence, this stream will give you the precise blueprint to move from being subject to your environment to holding absolutely authority over the property you create. Seize the means of production. Welcome to the top brass. Yeah! Oh, hell yeah. Oh, Can y'all even fight the esoteric, man? I mean, I know you can censor it and you can obfuscate it, but can you actually fight it once it even goes remotely sideways and horizontal and people start to perceive beyond the slop and the narrative that you sold? But that's the whole thing. That's the whole of society right now. We're all kind of like programmed by these narratives that lead us to the conclusion that we are morally and socially superior than the next person. And because that brain state is produced by dopamine, serotonin, and epinephrine cycling at the same time, people seek it. The easiest way to sort of resonate with what I'm saying is think of like when your favorite sports team wins, or your favorite actor or performer wins an award of some kind. You enjoy the win with them. And that is your dopamine, your serotonin, your epinephrine cycling. And you're experiencing that unwarranted attitude of moral and social superiority because your affiliate won, right? That's what it is. And so you're seeking that brain state in every communication, in every consumption. You're looking to experience arbitrary sanctimony in everything that you're consuming. So when it comes to blockchain, you can't perceive it as a public notary that records it as blocks in the chain, because, like, I'll even show you why. This is where it all started. I know a bunch of people that are watching this back and be like, "Oh my god, of course."
Friend of the show, Paris Hill.
Sanctimonious tantrum boy here, completely misusing the framework of streaming chat interactive deliverables, is throwing yet another sanctimonious tantrum, anti-information, on stream to brainwash users away from understanding basic information.
Friend of the show, Paris Hilton. Let's take a look at what she had to say.
I jumped in.
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
Is this a gem?
I got an ape too, because I saw you on the show with people, and you said you got on MoonPay, so I went and I copied you and did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting. This is disgusting. These apes are straight up trying to fucking milk their audience, dude. That's it. There's nothing. This is an ad. This is a hashtag ad. And the hashtag ad is basically saying, hey, give me your money, dumbass. Give me your fucking money, you stupid fuck. That's what this hashtag ad is. I hate it. I hate it. I hate cryptocurrency so much. I hope all these rich people lose all their money. I'm sorry. I hate crypto. I fucking hate the NFT shit. I hate the apes. They're such transparent fucking Ponzi schemes. I hate it so much. I'm going to end up watching that 2-hour folding ideas video. Like, that's how much I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? It just makes me so angry. People try to act like they're gonna really help out the creator economy. It's gonna revitalize it. It's gonna revolutionize the creator economy. It's like, it's not. It's a Ponzi scheme, okay? It's a Ponzi scheme for an ugly duck or an ugly ape that they fucking copy paste. It's created by people that don't know anything about fucking art. It is disgusting. And also on top of that, like, the art space has always been very fucking elitist, very insular, and also been used as a way to fucking hide your assets. Okay, as a way to.
What did I ever do to you? That's what I don't understand. And everybody at the Young Turks, they all don't understand either. What the fuck did I ever do to you? That you're lying to people. You're lying to 50 million people. And those 50 million people are going to play two games. They're going to play telephone, and they're going to play relay race. So then it turns into misinformation, and you're spreading sanctimony to the globe, you fucking dipshit. And it's on site. It's on site. I'm going to show you something, because you don't know anything about anything, because you're a fucking dumbass who makes shit up, lying to children while you sit on the desk for 12 hours a day, writing the framework I gave you. Fuck you, piece of shit. It's on site. I don't care that I'm missing half my pelvic floor and I got a paralyzed descending colon. You can kick me and I'll die. It's on site, motherfucker. Woo! I'm a maverick, man. Don't fuck with me. Look at this shit. Okay, I'm Afro-Indigenous. Let me teach you something about the indigenous population. Hassan fucking Piker, you piece of fucking garbage. Spit on you. Dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. Fuck you. You knew what you were doing. Spit on you. You're disgusting. You're selling a sanctimonious tantrum to children, and now I'm gonna sell a sanctimonious tantrum against you, you fucking clown. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Why is it that nobody from TYT is ever crossing with Hassan? Nobody. Think about that. All of the personalities that they have across the network, it's just like Kyle Kalinske who sucks his balls. Nobody fucks with Hassan Piker. Nobody. They all know he's dog shit. Think about that. Lying dog shit, pretending and masquerading, just for celebrity. Just for celebrity. This is the one I need. They look similar, but they got different backgrounds. They're both pale. Okay, look at this. He's talking about an antecedent in behavior. This took me 20 years to prepare, you fucking moron. 20 years of publishing and research and how the brain perceives, creates, and delivers meaning in modular units. 20 years of work that you shoved up your ass and sold a narrative against these guys when you knew better. You knew better and I told you and then you blocked me, you fucking clown. That's fraud, you piece of shit. We are in the United States, okay? You don't know anything about that, but I do. I'm Afro-Indigenous. I'm Kaw Nation. Okay? Our language is the Kansaw, but the treaty is drawn up this way. Treaty with the Kansaw. Okay? Back in the day, the French were the first people to interact with Kaw Nation, and we tried telling them, hey, our language is the Kansaw. We are the Kaw. The name, we are Kaw. K-A-W, Kaw. That's the name of the people. The language is the Kansaw. The French could not understand the difference. They just... So they said, oh, you must be the Kansaw. And back then, the identifier for the in French was AUX, aw. So, we're the Kaw, we're the Kaw, we're the Kaw. I'm using colonizer language for this because I don't actually know the Kansaw language yet. I could probably actually, I've studied it enough to actually probably say something around those lines. What is it? Indigne? Anyway, I'm not going to do that. No. Kaw Nation, K-A-W, we're Kaw, that's the name of the people. And French are like, Arkansas? Arkansas, the Kansaw, that's who you are. You're the Kansaw people. A-U-X, Kansaw. Arkansas, that's where the state of the name came from. So then when the English come along, the English-speaking Americans from the Northeast, they're coming along, they're getting down in there, the Southern, the ones with the accents, they're coming in. And they're learning from the French who the Kaw people are. And so they hear Arkansas, oh, the Kansas. The Kansas, they're the Kansas people. So this is a treaty with the Kansas. All right? Now in this treaty with the Kansas, it says, right here, Article 10. You don't know anything about this, Hassan Piker. You're a moron. This is why I can say it's on site, and no, you can't sue me. And I can actually make it be on site. Now I have conditions where it won't be on site, but right now I'm tree protected because you violated my property. That's what you did, via scheme and artifice to defraud people. Lest the friendship which is now established between the United States and said Indian nation should be interrupted by the misconduct of individuals, it is hereby agreed that for injuries done by individuals, no private for revenge or retaliation shall take place, but instead thereof, complaint shall be made by the party injured to the other by the said nation, to the superintendent or other person appointed by the president to do the chiefs of said nation. And it shall be the duty of the said chiefs upon complaints being made as aforesaid to deliver up the person or persons against whom the complaint is made, to the end that he or they may be punished, agreeable to the laws of the state or territory where the offense may have been committed. And in like manner, if any robbery, violence, or murder shall be committed on any Indian or Indians belonging to said nation, the person's person, I don't know why I'm putting on an accent for this, so offending shall be tried, and if found guilty, shall be punished in like manner as if the injury had been done to a white man. And it is agreed that the chiefs of the Kansas, the chief of the Kansas, it is agreed that the chief of the Kansas, the Kaw Nation chief, who they just, I don't even know if it was the chief. I think it was just like they did to most native groups back then. They just said, oh, you're in charge. And the guy's like, yeah, I am in charge. And then that person signed the paperwork, and everybody's like, who put you in charge to sign the paperwork? The white man did. But we didn't. Anyway, I think it was one of those situations. And anyway, it was said that the chief of the Kansas shall, to the utmost of their power, exert themselves to recover horses or other property which may be stolen from any citizen or citizens of the United States by any individuals of the nation. And the property recovered shall be forthwith delivered to the superintendent or other person authorized to receive it, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to skip this part because it's all about if I offend a white man or if I offended a U.S. citizen within the laws of this treaty. We're going to skip right there. We're going to skip to this part. And the United States hereby guarantee to any Indian or Indians a full indemnification for any horses or other property which may be stolen from them by any of their citizens, provided that the property so stolen cannot be recovered and that sufficient proof is provided that it was actually stolen by a citizen of the United States. And there's a nation of Kansas engage on the requisition or demand of the President of the United States or the superintendent deliver up any white man resident among them. Hassan, you are a white man resident among us. You are an American citizen, and beyond violating the pole and podium of collective publishing, which any lawyer would agree that that is intellectual property in and of itself, notarized for all to see, you violated that and defrauded people of that deliberately. Let me prove that he deliberately did that real quick before I'm finger wagging and acting a fool. All right, too late. Okay, so I reach out to this idiot. This was May of 2022, so this is like 3 or 4 months after he broadcast his fraud. Oh, I hate NFTs. It's all a Ponzi scheme. The apes are taking, and you're gonna fuck your deposit. Oh, I'm not gonna tell anybody how the technology works. I'm just gonna throw a sanctimonious tantrum. I'm Hassan Piker. That's actually all I do if you think about it. I only throw sanctimonious tantrums against things, and I treat that like it's information. And my entire audience of 14-year-olds goes and repeats that behavior. And instead of doing any critical thinking at all, they are all always looking for a pedestal of self-righteousness as they interpret and consume the world. Because that's what I, Hassan Piker, sell them on my 12-hour streams. I've never done anything useful for society. I just teach sanctimonious tantrum throwing to children and pretend it's leftism. Woohoo! You're done, dude. You're done. You're like, honestly, if they throw you in prison for fraud, you absolutely deserve it. Okay? Period. You're done. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with you. The entire team at TYT is done with you. You fucked them over. You're a clown. All right, anyway. Enough of that. I go like I swear to God, I don't want to be in the same room as the guy, because I'll do what Dalton says. I will absolutely human out on him. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You don't commit fraud in my face to millions of people and then block me when I bring you information to clarify. That's not what journalism is, you fucking moron. You absolute piece of shit. You are a narrative crafting slop lord. Shut the fuck up. Get off stream. Come up to Sacramento. Come up to Sacramento. Huh? Come up here. We'll have lunch. We can sit down and talk about it. Fucking idiot. You really do need to just shut the fuck up. Stay out of the next election. You are not the purity test of what is appropriate for the world to consume. Shut the fuck up. You are such a fucking clown. You are a disaster. An absolute disaster. You don't think you lost absolutely the 2024 election for Kamala Harris by purity testing everything and leading the entire young voting contingent to the right? You did that. Nobody else. You did that. Yes, you can point to Biden and weekend at Biden's and all the stuff they were doing in Israel and Gaza. I'm right there with you. But what do you think was a more controllable situation for us as the population? Your purity testing needs to go. It is not content. It is brainwashed slime. It needs to be taken off air. It's literally illegal. I'm proving that it's illegal. So anyway, I bring it up. Pocket socialism. Can we please chat about it off stream? No clout needed here. Fader. By the way, everybody, I'm James Earl Jones, grandnephew. I'm one of like 70 plus grandnieces and grandnephews. My grandmother Barbara is his direct cousin. His dad Robert Earl Jones is her direct uncle, and she loved him so much she named her firstborn son after him. So my uncle Robert Earl Jackson was named after Robert Earl Jones, and the reason why she loved him so much is because when Robert Earl Jones was blacklisted and cleaning subway stations and hotel lobbies to keep his acting career alive and paving the streets for every performer out there, he was sending care packages to my granny at 5 years old and making sure the people in Arkansas had a bite to eat. That's what Robert Earl Jones was doing, putting food on plates from the entertainment product. Okay, it's family legacy, it's family business. So that's what. So you're spitting in that when you go and defraud people on the global scale. I don't need clout. Okay, I got everything all the clout that I need is up here and it's behind the scenes. I don't need any of that shit. I don't need any of that. Ugh, that disgusts me. No, I'm reaching the exact audience I need to reach, and that's that. So Hassan, you blocked me. This is in my receipts, and you blocked me on Twitter. Just go to X. This guy's a problem, man. I don't care that he blocked me. I don't respect this guy at all. I'm telling you, he's not a journalist. He blocks information and narrative crafts based on untested publication. Does that sound like journalism to you? Because a journalist reports newsworthy information to the public. Okay, yeah, buy this. Somebody buy this. Minted 8824. Are you kidding me? Blockchain art, baby. Buy that. Hassan, you buy it. You clown. So anyway, the property that so stolen cannot be recovered, and sufficient proof that it pronounced was actually stolen by a citizen of the United States. The nation of Ka engage on the requisition or demand of the president or the superintendent to deliver up any white man amongst them. I don't want Hassan Piker. What am I going to do with Hassan? Just charge him with fraud and be done. Like, he's objectively fraud. He's objectively committing fraud here. You guys don't believe me? Let's look up mail-in wire fraud in the United States. I don't think he can afford lawyers that are good enough to defend him from this. Look, it's whoever having devised or intending to devise a scheme or artifice to defraud for obtaining money or property by means of false or fraudulent pretenses, representations, or promises, transmits or causes to be transmitted by means of wire, radio, or television communication, interstate or foreign commerce. So he's market bending with fraudulent narrative. Oh, the whole blockchain, all of NFTs, everything that publishes your labor is your property on a public notary. It's all a Ponzi scheme. Don't participate. Don't be curious about information. You're going to be anti-information. You're going to be anti-curiosity because sanctimony feels better. And that's what I'm selling you as an influencer, sanctimony. He's like, I hate using the word, but there's no other way to put it. He's actually making people retarded. He's actually making people absolutely retarded because they watch him, they think that's information, and then I go try to teach them the real information, and they think they have a leg up. And so they throw the sanctimonious tantrum in my face. You got my own friends doing friends. They're not friends anymore if they're fucking watching you. That's dog shit. No. They watch you, they're off my list. They're done. If you're involved with Hassan Piker in any fucking way, you're done. Okay? We're like... If you're a black person in the entertainment product, don't fuck with that guy. If you're a Native American in the entertainment product, don't fuck with that guy. Period. He's done. I don't care about his little chirpy performances, and sometimes he sounds like a smart person. He's a fucking moron. And he lies, and 99% of his content is sanctimonious tantrum throwing. That needs to be taken off air. This is all it is. It's a scheme to defraud, and he's poisoning the youth with unwarranted attitudes of social superiority. It's fucking disgusting. Get off the program. Like, you're a clown. Anyway, we have a thing here. Go on my Instagram. We have a co-published story out of Press Pass, the first ever one, grown from 10 community garden plots in the show. So if you want to be at the next table, we're going to try to do a 16-plot story in the next couple of weeks. And I have 6 seats left. So please buy those plots and add characters to the lore of the Boston Potatoes and join our roleplay game, and then the next story node that you'll see on my thing will be us. And we'll keep on building the lore, and it'll turn into a sports mockumentary. Yeah, I told you guys I would do something special for you at the end of the stream, so let's do that. Oh, goodness. Do I even have it in me? No. Hoo ha, hoo ha, hoo ha. Great value. Top brass style. Impact puzzles. Resafe. Photop.com. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. It is futile. Don't be stupid. You'll be toothless from my fist. You'll be two-pieced by my saber. I'm the ruthless Lord of Sith. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did. I'll cut a hand off at the wrist. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Russ, go heal the Russell. Gonna hustle up a hit. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Tech 9, Jail, and Shaq on track. And Nico with the twist. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Gimme Bieber with Lex Bratcher, Zeddy, and Saweetie in the mix. You are beaten. It is useless. I'm gonna take that one again. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Mozo. Who the fuck? I'm gonna take that one all. Oh, stop it, Kamani. What are you doing? You. Be nice to yourself when you're collaborating with yourself on the outcome. Okay. You messed up. We got it. We're good. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Mozzie, Hobo Johnson, Quanlo, Wayne Armours, Gwen Stefani, Halsey, I'm ballsy calling all these Hall of Famers out their name. I am a gamer, play the odds, don't want no fame, I'm playing odd. That's why it's flame, y'all call it God, ancestral light, soup, all the same. They laugh at us and say out loud, can't you see we're all the same? You are beaten. It is useless to resist. What's Lush doing? Little Dickie's bored. Kid Cudi ain't a kid no more. Baby Tate done had a baby. Sabrina next. Hey, maybe. You are beaten. It is useless to resist.
I'm a Sackville Baggins of the Vader blood, yet it's my hater's blood that missed. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't get destroyed as Obi-Wan did. I'll cut a hand off at the wrist. Her body looking stormy, sweetly under and hail. Lightning got my shadow going Sonic on her knuckle and tail. She asked, what's that all entail? Tell me every detail. And I reveal a tall tale about a train on her tail, and this one I mean to derail. I'm a gray ace with a straight face, leaving straight bars with some tail. Fine, I'll leave one more bar with some tail. Coughing up this pop-up rhyme scheme, and I need one more nail. Keep up, stuck blink up, 42 bars to no? Ooh! Stop it! Stuck blink! Oh, stuck blink reading off his document. Oh no. Loaves and fishes, fishes and loaves. I hear Jesus Christ got bitches and loaves. So the girl sings this twice, she got Holy Ghost. I put cheese on my rice and I take it to go. Yeah, I take it to go. Bear market gon' flow, bear market gon' sing. Put cheese on the hoe, Jesus rice on the go. This is why they don't sign me or buy off my shelf. I show behavior, y'all think I show myself. So I troll your savior. No, I'm kidding myself. If I was a messiah underwater, I'd melt. If you think about it, Jesus was a wizard or a witch. You know about it. You seem like his bitch. I might look like the part, but it's coincidental light art. I'll beat the brakes off the car until the engine won't start. It don't have to make sense as a booty of bar, so I don't gotta pay rent. I only preach to the stars. If I had a parent that supports what I start, I'd have the hammer. I'd be Thor among stars. There's a war among stars. Only 24 hours to whore for those stars. There's a war for your eyes. There's a war for your change. There's a bear in the sky and he's home on the range. Hey, if the range is the stars, he's deranged like some stars. He's defanged like some are. And they got the strangers of stars. Dr. Strange on these bars. Come bar batch on the feet. Oxytocin bars. Back shots on a backhoe, shoot construction yards. I attract on a tractor. If I dig her, I smash her. I'm a gray ace, and on occasion grace faster than ace in the race. It just seems to distract me. I know y'all wanted more bars. We can go to another one after. Bar. A performance act out. Oh, this one's hard. Performance act outscores most actors, and I don't act like horse for cracker crumbs or whack-ass bums. They're hackers, sweet children or Green Day stackers, G's on their heads, Green Bay Packers, OG on the head, the March disaster, April Fool's Board, April gamblers, rhyme scheme read the ledger backwards. Tech 9 trained me, barsmith master, blacksmith weapons, angel pastor, demon sleeve, I'm a heathen's bastard, rhyme scheme rambling, riddle or rapper, hooper, snapper, can't poop, it's laughter, die of sepsis, they'll grieve after, next of kin is the kin that comes after, all nieces, all nephews, my will, the master, publish results, stage and shelf without last us, co-publish the shelf, maybe folks will transact us, co-publish the stage, share the grass and the pasture, I'm slick with the blade, let's touch some grass after. Y'all wanted more bars, let's go to another one after. Oh no, I'm too much like on my shit to be satisfied with that, so we're gonna take that again. That is not what that stanza sounds like. I am sorry to anybody who's witnessing stuck blink struggle and I'm letting you down. I am not a rapper or a musician. I'm a structural clown. A performance act outscores most actors, and I don't act like whores for cracker crumbs or whack-ass bums. They're hackers, sweet children, or Green Day stackers, G's on their heads, Green Bay Packers, OG on the head, the March disaster. For April Fool's Board, April gamblers, rhyme scheme read the ledger backwards. Type 9 trained me, barsmith master, blacksmith weapons, angel pastor, demon sleeve, then I'm a heathen's bastard. Rhyme scheme Randall. Ah, fuck! Breathe! Ninja? I'm actually mostly black, with probably like, I don't know how much the native would register, probably definitely over 30%. Okay, I got the whole Cherokee face. Kaw and Cherokee are cousins. Performance act outscores most actors, and I don't act like horse for cracker crumbs or whack-ass bums. They're hackers, sweet children or Green Day stackers, G's on their heads, Green Bay Packers, OG on the head, the March disaster, for April Fool's Board, April gamblers, rhyme scheme read the ledger backwards, Tech 9 trained me, barsmith master, blacksmith weapons, angel pastor, demon sleeve, then I'm a heathen's bastard, rhyme scheme rambling, riddler, rapper, hooper, snapper, can't poop, it's laughter, die of sepsis, they'll grieve after, next of kin is the kin that comes after, all nieces, all nephews, my will, the master, publish results stage and shuffle last us, co-publish the shelf, maybe folks will transact us, co-publish the stage, share the grass and the pasture, I'm slick with the blade, let's touch some grass after. Y'all wanted more bars? Let's go to another one after. Bar. I print my own threads, I don't need your fashion. I leave her on red, she gets heated, it's passion. I direct these letter men look both ways, I'm cashing. Can't keep them off me, the talents be scratching. A challenge of balance, the talent I'm attracting. You spend a G on head, got a Green Bay packing. Sneak it off my ship, I'm the captain. Get it off the pot if you ain't crapping. Shut the fuck up, stop yapping. I said shut the fuck up, stop yapping. About to scoop your teeth up with a napkin, Hassan. Publish results, stop acting, Hassan. Shut the fuck up, stop yapping, Hassan. Publish results, stop capping, Hassan. Shove the duck up, stop yapping, Hassan. Shove the duck up, get quacking, Hassan. Hassan, I threw you in the ocean, I'm the Kraken. Feel my tentacle, I got a slap in. Best you swim to shore, swim fastest. Y'all want to LARP as information fascists? Yeah, no, the guano gotta go, y'all batshit. Shove the duck up and sing on a bear. Y'all wanted more bars? We can go to another one after. You can be the fastest rapper ever, or the snapper in the leather, or the athlete in the letterman. Which rappers get the cheddar? The guys are dapper in the ether, and their laughter always echoing a disaster on the record. Fuck. That one's hard too. Let's do it. You could be the fastest rapper ever. Immediately fucked up. You could be the fastest rapper ever, or the snapper in the leather, or the athlete in the letterman. Watch the rappers get the cheddar. Guys are dapper in the ether, and the laughter always echoing a disaster on the ready. She's a smasher on the text again. Dragon hoarding wealth up in the simulation glitch again. I thought this was a mission. God, you're acting like a bitch again. Entire call me Michelin. Wax the left, they call me Michigan. I'm old school like a spitting tin. This method call it riddling. Stuck like always riddling. First worm and beak it wriggling. Socially challenged cinnamon. Vader blood y'all spitting in. The pit of snakes is slithering. The pitiful fakes talk shit again. They insist on my fate, I grin again. I publish a plate to feed my kin. Sanctimonious, their sin too busy sucking it in to fit in. They challenge the system they all fin to pour up their lives up in to win and hope to. And yeah. Oh, okay. Keep the scheme. Keep the flow. It needs to go as fast as it's going. That's the problem. So I need to find the breathing points here. You could be the fastest rapper ever, or the snapper in the leather, or the athlete in the letterman. Watch the yappers get the cheddar. God's a dapper in the ether, and her laughter always echoing a disaster on the ready. She's a smasher on the text again. A dragon hoarding wealth up in the simulation glitched again. I thought this was a mission. God, you're acting like a bitch again. I'm tired. Call me Michelin. Waxed up there. Call me Michigan. I'm old school like a spitting tin. This method call it riddling. Stuck link always riddling. Swarming beak it wriggling. Socially challenged cinnamon, Vader blood, y'all spitting in. This pit of snakes is slithering. The pitiful fakes talk shit again. They insist on my fate, I grin again. I publish a plate to feed my kin. Sanctimony is their sin, too busy sucking it in, too fit in to challenge the system. They all fin to pour their lives up in and hope to win. You don't hope to win, you build the win. You publish results that make you win. You can buy what's in and fake a grin, pay 25% on it. Can't shake the debts. Stop faking shit, stop talking shit, stop mocking shit. I walk on you dropping moccasins. The Mexicans are mocking sins. I'm making sense, don't mock that shit. That's why Stuck Blink exists, to put the argument to rest as to which rapper is the best, because it's not me. I forgot I wrote that shit. Oh, facts. Sing on a bear. So it's the art of the deal versus hearts of some steel. Grocery carts full of pills, kids are starving for meals and wait. In your yard there's a spill, and I got it near Labubu. It's hard gold, it's got gills, can't grow with Kamani, he ain't hard, he's just silly. It's us silly folk that are the hardest for real. We're the hardest to kill, cause our art is to chill, but we won't chart, but it's chill. Bear Market, Soundgarden, rest in peace Chris Cornell. Rest in peace Chester and Nipsey as well. Ain't a choice order, just rhyme really well. Shove the duck up, put results on the shelf. They've enslaved my neighbors, they're on target for hell. The damage, I'll tank it, I'm guarded for real. Y'all farting for thrills, I park what comes at me, it's my garage to fill. I'm a mirage, I'm ill sore, he need a pill. Maybe I am the pill, king of hearts on two rivers. It's the art of the deal versus hearts on some steel. Royal flush takes some skill, the people united, you've got a part to fill. Can't end on that bar, let's add one more to fill bar. Y'all wanted more bars? We can go to another one after. Y'all so miserable, looking sour for a mile. Got so many tears, here's a towel, get to drying. Get that money or die trying. Put your pout up on the pile. Get that cloud up at your smile. Look like grout between the tile. I don't win, I just route you in my style. I doubt you have a style. Is it drought? Is it bile? Okay, sprout, grow, take a while. Clock out when it's time to. Crash out, that's it, get hostile. Be proud of it, wear a smile. Feel peace, friend, earn that smile. Hasn't it been a while? You deserve to exist, friend. As all souls do. I don't have any more bars for you, but I'm going to close the stream because that was super fun. I got through the whole thing, too. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. It is futile. Don't be stupid. You'll be toothless from my fist. You'll be two-pieced by my saber. I'm the ruthless Lord of Sith. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did. I'll cut a hand off at the wrist. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Russ, go heal a Russell, go hustle up a hit. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Tech 9, Jail, and Shaq on track. Nico with the twist. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Gimme Bieber with Lex Bratchers, Eddie and Sweetie in the mix. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Mozzie, Hoa, Johnson, Quan, Lil Wayne, on Merz, Gwen Stefani, Halsey, on Bally Z, calling all these Hall of Famers out their name. I'm a gamer, play the odds, don't want no fame, I'm playing odd. That's why it's flame, y'all call it God, ancestral light, soup all the same. They laugh at us and say aloud, can't y'all see we're all the same? You are beaten. It is useless to resist. What's Lush doing? Little Dickie's bored. Kid Cudi ain't a kid no more. Baby Tate done had a baby. Sabrina next, hey, maybe. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. I'm a Sackville Baggins of the Vader blood, yet it's my hater's blood that missed. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't get destroyed as Obi-Wan did. Look at a handoff at the wrist. Her body looking stormy, sweet, sleet, thunder, and hail. Lightning got my shadow going Sonic on her knuckle and tail. She asked, what's that all entail? Tell me every detail. And I reveal a tall tale about a train on her tail. It's when I mean to derail. I'm a great ace with the straight face, leaving straight bars with some tail. Fine. I'll leave one more bar with some tail. Coughing up this pop-up rhyme scheme, and I need one more nail. Stuck leak up, 42 bars to, nil? Loaves and fishes, fishes and loaves. I hear Jesus Christ got bitches and droves. As the girl sings this twice, she got Holy Ghost. I put cheese on my rice and I take it to go. Yeah, I take it to go. Bear market gon' flow, bear market gon' sing. Put cheese on the hoe, put Jesus rice on the go. This is why they don't sign me or buy off my shelf. I show behavior, y'all think I show myself. So I troll your savior. No, I'm kidding myself. If I was a messiah underwater, I'd melt. If you think about it, Jesus was a wizard or a witch. You'd know about it. You seem like his bitch. This is my favorite one. I might look like the part, but it's coincidental light art. I'll beat the brakes off the car until the engine won't start. Doesn't have to make sense. It's the beauty of bars. They don't gotta pay rent. I only preach to the stars. If I had a parent that supports what I start, I'd have the hammer. I'd be Thor among stars. There's a war among stars. Only 24 hours to whore for the stars. There's a war for your eyes. There's a war for your change. There's a bear in the sky and he's home. Home on the range. Hey. If the range is the stars, he's deranged like some stars and defang like some R's. Got the strangest of stars, Dr. Strange on these bars. Come bar batch on the feet. Ugh, see? Tosin bars. Back shots on a backhoe, shoot construction yards. I attract on a tractor. If I dig her, I smash her. I'm a great ace. And on occasion, grace faster than ace in the race. It just seems to distract me. I know y'all wanted more bars. We can go to another one after. Performance act outscores most actors, and I don't act like whores for cracker crumbs or whack-ass bums. They're hackers. Sweet children or Green Day stackers. G's on their heads, Green Bay Packers. OG on the head, the March disaster for April Fools. Bored April gamblers, rhyme scheme read the ledger backwards. Tech 9 trained me, barsmith master, blacksmith weapons, angel pastor, demon sleeve, and I'm a heathen's bastard. Rhyme scheme rambling, riddler, rapper, hooper, snap, can't poop, it's laughter. Die of sepsis, they'll grieve after. Ugh. Next of kin is the kin that comes after. All nieces, all nephews, my will the master. By the way, I have to drain my intestines manually, okay? And it takes 2 to 8 hours a day in huge, painful chunks. Publishers all stage and shelf will that last us. Co-publish the shelf, maybe folks will transact us. Co-publish the stage, share the grass and the pasture. I'm stuck with the blade, let's touch on the grass after. Y'all want more bars? We can go to another one after. Bar. I print my own threads, I don't need your fashion. I leave her on red, she get heated as passion. I direct these letter men look both ways, I'm cashing. Can't keep them off me, the talents be scratching. A challenge, a balance, the talent I'm attracting. You spend a G on head, got a Green Bay packing. Smee, get off my ship, I'm the captain. Get off the pot if you ain't crapping. Shut the fuck up, stop yapping. I said, shut the fuck up, stop yapping. Better scoop your teeth up with a napkin. Publish results, stop acting. Shut the fuck up, stop yapping. Publish results, stop capping. Shove the duck up, stop yapping. Shove the duck up, get quacking. Smee, I threw you in the ocean, I'm the kraken. Feel my tentacle, I got a slapping. Best you swim to shore, swim fastest. Y'all wanna LARP is fascist? Yeah, I know the guano gotta go, y'all bad shit. Shove the duck up, sing on a bear. Shove the duck up and sing on a bear. I went AI there, I kinda just stayed in the flow on the wrong line. Y'all wanted more bars? We can go to another one after. Ooh, the difficult part. Let's get this one right this time, yeah? Yeah, y'all witnessing some workshop on live, because I wasn't satisfied with the previous take, so I'm doing the whole thing over again. You could be the fastest rapper ever, or the snapper in the leather, or the athlete in the letterman. Watch the yappers get the cheddar. Got's a dapper in the ether, and her laughter always echoing. The disaster on the ready, she a smasher on the text again. A dragon horde and wealth up in the simulation glitched again. I thought this was a mission. God, you're acting like a bitch again. I'm tired, call me Michelin. Backed up there, call me Michigan. This old school like a spitting tin. This method, call it riddling. Stuck blink, always riddling. First worm and beak it wriggling. Socially challenged cinnamon. Vader blood, y'all spitting in. This pit of snakes is slithering. The pitiful fake stock shit again. They insist on my fate, I grin again. I publish a plate to feed my sin. No, that's not right. I publish a plate to feed my kin. Sanctimony is their sin. Too busy sucking it in, to fit in, to challenge the system they all fin to pour their lies up in and hope to win. You don't hope to win, you build the win. You publish results that make you win. You can buy what's in and fake a grin. Pay 25% on it. You can't shake the debt. Stop faking shit. Stop talking shit. Stop mocking shit. I walk on you dropping moccasins. The Mexicans are mocking sins on making sense. No, mock that shit. That's why Stuck Blink exists, to put the argument to rest as to which a rapper is the best, because it's not me. Sing on a bear. So it's the art of the deal versus hearts of some steel. Grocery carts full of pills, kids are starving for meals. And wait, in your yard there's a spill, and I got a new little boo-boo. It's heart gold, it's got gills. Can't grow with Kimani, ain't hard, he's just silly. It's us silly folk that are the hardest for real. We're the hardest to kill, because our art is to chill. We won't chart, but it's chill. Bear Market, Soundgarden. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. Rest in peace, Chester and Nipsey as well. Ain't a choice order, just rhyme really well. Shove the duck up, put results on the shelf. The events laid my neighbors are on target for hell. The damage, I'll tank it, I'm guarded for real. Y'all farting for thrills, I park what comes at me. It's my garage to fill, I'm a mirage, I'm ill, so he need a pill. Maybe I am the pill, king of hearts on two rivers. It's the heart of the deal versus hearts of some steel. Bro, flesh takes some skill. The people united, you got a part to fill. Can't end on that bar. Let's add another, one more to fill bar. I wanted more bars. I think I know another one after. Y'all so miserable, looking sour for a mile. Got so many tears, here's a towel, get to drying. Get that money, or die trying. Put your pout up on the pile. Get that cloud up out your smile. Looks like grout between the tile. I don't win. I just route you in my style, and I doubt you have a style. Is it drought? Is it bile? Okay, sprout, grow, take a while to clock out. When it's time to crash out, that's it, get hostile. Be proud of it, wear a smile. Feel at peace, friend, earn that smile. Hasn't it been a while? You deserve to exist, friend, as all souls do. That's it. I'm pretty happy with that. I messed up a couple of times. Buy stuff. If you don't know how to get on the blockchain, just download MetaMask. That's literally all you need, and then watch a couple tutorials on YouTube. And then if you don't want to buy crypto, you don't have to. Like literally just use Cash App or Venmo. I'll put it in chat. So Cash App is the Kamonsta, and Venmo is at the Kamonsta. And then PayPal is... You just want to tip, too, for the information and for the bars. That would be super helpful. Cool? Thank you all for watching. This has been Let Me Out Productions and the Top Brass Dow. I said, Let Me Out Productions and the Top Brass Dow. Thanks for checking in.